Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. Today I wanted to make a video for you, and this video is regarding relationships, love, like all that, right? So you're probably wondering why you're stuck in a unfruitful relationship that isn't fulfilling, doesn't make you happy in the true vision in which you want to be happy, right? You're probably stuck in a relationship where you feel like you're just settling with that person, right? You're probably set in a relationship right now because you know that this person helps you with certain needs of yours, right? That's codependency. So today I wanted to talk to the world about how sometimes missed opportunities and relationships that are no longer serving you are not in alignment with your highest purpose, right? So, I always get metaphysical with shit. So, like, when you think about your higher self, it already came divine. Like, your higher self is divine. You feel me? We humans here, we want to have a perfect reality based on our external situations and stimulations, right? And this energy is so demonic in a sense because physical pleasure is demonic, believe it or not. It's right in the heart of Malkuth, the earth physical realm. This energy of physical sensory pleasure, right? So truly, sometimes you could be chasing things in the physical illusion realm that are not conducive to your higher self and your mission and your purpose, and then you wonder why you and this person ain't working out, or you just can't find love. It is a divine reason for that. Now, if this is karmic, this could be play out as two people who just don't want to let each other go and literally ruin the mission, right? Because they won't let each other go. And this is codependency at its worst. You feel me? True divine partnership, right, is where two people come together and they were a part of, like, this was a high probability for you guys to connect, and both of your lessons are in congruence with one another in order for the relationship to thrive and be long lasting. Because ultimately there are some people who came here to experience love unconditionally from a partner, whereas there are also people who were here to experience the ranges of emotions that relationships bring forth to them. And so no relationship set in stone or solid as a rock. No relationship is able to withstand the test of time until they are able to overcome those inner turmoils, hurdles, and shadow aspects in order to attract a divine union. And that will look like someone that is whole and complete. And they are open for a partnership that is with someone else who is whole and complete. Because sometimes on our journey of being whole and complete, we may see something that turns us on physically and satisfy all of our sensory data, right? Where this is how we process the world through our five senses, right? Venus energy, Luciferian energy, the light bearer, okay? Sometimes we could get distracted with these physical pleasures that distract us from our mission and our purpose. And you wonder why you literally wasted however long out of your life. Time you can't get back. Especially if you came with a divine purpose to impact a multitude of people. Do you know how fast your higher self, the spirit, is going to disconnect that? Everybody comes in our life for a reason or for a season, for real. And some people, special people, come for a lifetime, right? So don't be jealous of that person that got love at a young age and they've been with their partner rocking ever since. They have a set of lessons that match from their higher self's perspective in order for their souls to evolve. And in this lifetime, they may attract a lifelong partner that they can grow and build and bond with. But in past lives, maybe they did not have that. Maybe those individual people had to experience multiple relationships in order to find that one, or never found that one. I mean, there's people who get so desperate, they, attract certain STDs and shit and die from trying to find love, okay? Just when this relationship don't work out, they'll get another one and another one and another one. And then people can really lose their identity and true self in nature fucking with a relationship that is not conducive for the higher self's purpose. But let me explain something to you. Our avatars that are dropped down in Malkuth, right, in the earth realm, our avatars are oblivious to the mission when we start, right? But once we are enlightened, once Pandora's box opens, it is no turning back. You understand? You can't go backwards once you are aware or privy to information that is life transforming. So once you really become aware of the model that I teach, which is there's the higher self and then there's the fragmentation, fractal, that is you, right? Then you'll be able to understand that you came with a divine purpose. And you might be messing with that young female or that young male, right, that is not on your level spiritually. And that's something that a lot of divine spiritualists had to realize in life. You can't be in a kingdom, you can't be the queen chasing the damn page, right? That's trying to mask itself and present itself as a knight. That don't even, you know what I'm saying? As a king, I know the king has a plethora of women, right, that wait for him at his nightstand or, to warm his bed. But in all totality, a king cannot settle with anything less than a queen. I'm talking about settling. I'm talking about the next step, marriage, growth, all that. All that comes with the like-minded or two souls that have similar divine purpose. So you'll forever find yourself in a rut if you are attracting people that are not on your level, on an energetic level or spiritual level, period. Because it's beyond this 3D. You could get dropped off in a space, area, and location in a world that you chose, from your culture to your parents to your all that, right? Race, upbringing, financial status, right? Class. Some people are brought into the world and realm of poverty for a reason. Some people are brought in the world and realm of wealth for a reason. For their higher self. It's not to get back at anybody. So don't take anything personal, in life. So ultimately, I feel like relationships can be the greatest distraction. And through relationships, especially the sexual energy, we can get blinded, so blinded. And this is Luciferian. This is a ultraviolet light that blinds us into different illusions that people can trick us into, right? And so this is powerful because, just me pondering the thought philosophically, when it comes to our choice in partners, sometimes it could be from a karmic state or traumatic state, right? From the traumas of our childhood. And they say you usually choose a partner that reminds you of your father or a partner that reminds you of your mother, but I don't think that's all the way true, but I think to a degree of it is very true. But that's to each its own. I know that for a fact, a lot of people in the spiritual community that are actually divinely placed here, usually, you see those people, the ones that flock with large groups around them, watch out for them, okay? Because they're using the energy of illusion, the light, to blind people into buying in, okay, into their way and their group and their society. And this is what forms cults. And this can be very demonic because, these are where people get preyed upon and victimized sexually through the use of this manipulative energy, right? And it's just, the true spiritualists, they operate solo bolo, okay? I remember it was this song growing up. See, I'm solo bolo, and if I ain't, then your girl riding dolo. I remember that. That's that Bay Area slap. So, anyways, and that's that made me think of Dolo the Pilot Man. But think about it. These people are solo people. You feel me? A lot of people in the spiritual community and the astrology community, when they operate on singleness, like all alone, those are the people that can be more trustworthy in my view. They could be in a group of a bunch of people, as long as they have a self-awareness and an identity that this is a temporary experience and we're all collectively coming together for a purpose. But I don't expect to take your heart and soul from you. And that's what a lot of these darker people in the darker arts do, especially in Santeria, people that dibble and dabble in magic. You feel me? I see it a lot in the world of magic, where people just use the elements to manipulate source energy, okay? So they'll use different things of this realm, right? From minerals to, all elements, water, fire, earth, air. And they do things ceremony style, right? And they consecrate their objects and their tools, and they set an intention based on their knowledge, and their knowledge of expertise. And these magicians are, what they do is, they utilize these already here, right, energies that were already here to change the course of action for people, whether it be in the field of love, money, all of these things, because they understand elements and their correlation and what they correlate to, spirits that they correlate to, right? There are stones, and different crystals that are associated to different energy signatures and energy frequencies, from the angelic, demonic, to even physical fiat currency, money, right? There are certain things that you could put together utilizing color, right? Color is a vibration. What is the color of money? Gold, green, all of these things, right? To manipulate, you have to have a creative mind. You have to use your imagination. But there are a lot of people who are dark-sided, and they work on the left-hand path, and they utilize, and they're like, oh my God, like, these are where you really see these large cult-like followings with these kind of people. And they don't really care about the people that are learning from them. They really do not care about them. I've observed it, right? And they really like I just don't trust it. I like to sit back and eat my popcorn and watch what these people in these groups do, because it's so funny, especially because everything that happened in the dark comes to the light. And to a lot of us spiritualists that are true and divinely placed here, that rock solo, we don't, we get visions of what happened behind closed doors, like, and I know for a fact that's something that I'm just privy to. I don't even know how. Like, I have this awareness of darker natures and darker things because I have my Scorpio Mercury in the 8th house, you feel me? So I'm able to see things and sense things and feel things and just know, you know what I'm saying? What's going on in these places and these darker things, right? Because y'all understand the purpose that we have here is all different, right? Even though I'm privy to certain knowledge, that doesn't mean that I'm here to share that with the world, because that's really not my purpose. Like I say, I know my purpose. And so as I help people become more tapped into forming a connection with their higher self through awareness, right? For one, and tapping into the symbolism around them, because spirit in higher realms speaks to us through synchronicities, right? This is my purpose. This is when I get to have full permission, and my higher self will show me, or reveal to me through synchronicities, if the information that I'm revealing to the world is in congruence with an alignment with my purpose. And if it's not, I will get a nudge to take it down, and I will get a lot of information that comes to me in the form of disarray and uneven, okay? Symmetry, numbers. Okay, I'm sounding very confusing. So, numbers speak to me, okay? Numbers speak to me. I understand my higher self through numbers. I understand the numerical value of each individual number and the energy that it represents through its polarities for negative and the positive, right? Because each number has a frequency that holds polarity, right? So if I see 444, I know that this is foundation. This deals with something that is built in a positive, especially if I see it consistently everywhere, right? And then when numbers are adding up to 444, or adding up to 4, like when I see the symbolism and the symmetry and when I see the symbolism coming consistently in order and symmetrically, right, harmonious, then I know I'm doing it for the right reason. Now, when I start seeing 5 energy and then just like mixed numbers, 5 deals with that kind of transformation and inconsistency, temporary karmic number. There's a lot of energies that numbers that hold different frequencies, and I just go off what my higher self tells me through numbers and symbols. Even words, like it'll be cars that drive by and they just speak to me with the words. So my higher self I'm tapped into because I'm able to understand its language, and I'm able to understand how it speaks to me through the animals that pop up too. Like I'll see some rare animal that isn't a common animal that people see, right? And every animal holds a frequency, like salamanders, right? We look at these energies like, why did God create a salamander or a sloth? Why did God create this animal that moves so slow, and these nails that stretch out and they just look strange, and they don't have the appendages to operate in a faster moving motion, even the way their legs are formed, right? So every animal has a frequency, right, and a purpose that represents a principality that governs this realm of reality, the earth realm, or higher dimensions, right? Like praying mantises are higher dimensional beings. Insects that are highly intelligent. Okay, like people just don't know. And I know I sound crazy, but animals hold by frequencies, right? And the more tapped into our spirit we are, the more aware we are of the purpose. They're just the physical replication of information in the higher realms, okay? So, like, all of these animals are literally the physical manifestation of different principalities that govern realms of reality, whether it be intellectually, intelligently. It's all intelligence, whether it be intellectual intelligence, cognitive intelligence, emotional intelligence, right? There's different physical manifestations of that. Like, this world is so beautiful. And so, okay, with that being said, let's divert, let's go back. Let's digress. So when it comes to the energy of ourselves and our purpose connected to our higher selves, being able to open our mind to receiving the downloads of information, the symbolism, it requires a person to go into studies, right? Studying these mystery schools, seeking the knowledge. Information comes when you're ready. When the student ready, the teacher shall appear. All of those things, right? And then you'll understand that your higher self might be pushing people out of your life because they don't align with your divine purpose. And everyone's not here to do what I'm doing. And there are people that are impacting an even larger scale of people, right? So, like, I know the people that I'm impacting was a part of my soul contract. Now, if I get sidetracked with the toxic ass relationship, guess what's going to happen? I'm gonna literally deter from the purpose that I came here to do. And then what will that do? My higher self will have to intervene, because the higher self doesn't want to intervene with the avatar. The higher self actually has a lot of compassion, but the higher self also has the ability to heal the fragment of itself, right? Through you gotta understand, there are quantum healers that work that can tap you to your higher self, which is the subconscious mind, and help you to heal aspects of yourself. And this is something that I would love to do if I were given the time and the energy to learn. That is one of my ultimate goals. But to do the past life regressions, but more so quantum healing on a soul level, so that people can truly tap into their higher self and know your higher self has so many ways to reveal itself to you, but it's always going to happen through the only way it can, through the physical manifestations of the energy signatures that are in certain animals, numbers, colors, words, right? So symbols. The subconscious mind doesn't understand. Well, it understands all languages, but languages are very, how can I say it? Contradicting at times, right? And you have to be very mindful when programming the subconscious mind. It requires symbolism, because too much information is resistance. Your subconscious mind will resist it because it's too precise. It's too subjective. It's not objective. It's not broad. See, the subconscious mind needs to manifest its reality through very simple symbolism, right? Programming. And so, yeah, I know this is going all over the place. I always do this. I really just wanted to get on here and talk about how sometimes we can get so just sidetracked in relationships and then wonder why we're in so, like, everything serves its purpose and everything has timing. Like, believe it or not, everything has a timing of beginning to end, start to finish. Like, everything, even the relationships that last for 40, 50, 60 years, these relationships will eventually end in a physical death, right? And the losing of your lover. So just being open to letting go all things that are not serving for your highest good and purpose will allow space, room, and opportunity and serendipity to manifest the right person that's in alignment with your highest good. Okay? But if the soul chose to experience the higher self, if it chose to experience certain lessons through karmic relationships, or it needs to learn something, or maybe you have a soul contract with another person that you agreed to help them through something that they experienced, that their soul chose to experience, then it will feel fated. It will feel like you guys just bumped into each other and here you go. Like, this is the start of the karmic lesson, right? And the soul chose it for a divine purpose and reason. So when everything in your life has a meaning and a purpose, you add value to yourself. I can't express this I don't even know, like, it's just like, I don't even know how important this is, like, to my viewers. You guys, we must understand that everything happens for a reason, okay? We need to stop being victims. The only way we'll be happy in life and evolve is if we're able to take the victimization out of things, take the illusion that the physical brings forth, and tap into our higher self and ask the right questions. And why am I experiencing this? Why did my soul choose this? Being able to really have an open communication with the higher self and developing that. Okay, so like, your higher self knows all, and your higher self knows you. You are it. You're a fragment of it, right? You are a fractal of it, right? And your higher self came with a mission. If you don't get it right, it could be because of your physical pleasure, like what you are addicted to in the physical, right? And so that could literally deter you. And your higher self has compassion for you. Your higher self is no time, no space, no thing. It exists in a realm where time, space, and all of that does not, exist. So, in life, we have to understand that this is something that we have no control over. Like, I'm sorry, this damn Corvette just threw me off because they were so mad, but they don't even realize that they're only mad at themselves. They can't be mad at me. So that energy just comes back to them 1,000 times. Like, I'm the wrong person to try to flip off the road, because I will curse your ass. But anyways, so yeah, when you understand that your higher self is so divine in its perfect purpose, and it exists and operates in a realm where time is no thing. You feel me? The past, present, and future is all happening simultaneously, and you're looking at all your life. Like, the higher self is so busy and productive and proactive that the fractal that is experienced in the lifetime that they didn't get it right, the higher self's also experiencing a fractal of itself of a lifetime where they did get it right. It's so much going on. So if you want to heal this aspect or this timeline, build a relationship with your higher self. And you do that by, how do you do it in the physical? Same way you do it down here, as above, so below. So, just time is, like watering a plant. You gotta grow a relationship, develop a relationship with your higher self by asking questions and trusting that the higher self will reveal it to you, and open yourself to receiving the message when it reveals it. Because a lot of people aren't even ready. You feel me? They want to lie and twist information. Like, if a message comes to me about a person, I'm not going to twist it in my favor because it feels better if I see the information this way. No. If my higher self is revealing to me information about another person, and it's not something I want to accept, if I don't accept it the way that my higher self gave it to me, that's like rejecting my higher self. The higher self's not going to get mad at the lower self, because that doesn't even make sense. That's not even the hierarchy order, right? The higher self's going to just give the lower self time and space to experience. You could kill yourself. Like, I know that sounds extreme, but the higher self is like, has a lot of, power, because it's divinely connected to source, right? It's a fractal of source. So then the higher self has to do a lot of work on that fragment, right? The oversoul has to do a lot of work on healing of that fragment, because we're fragile. We're very fragile aspects of us, the creator, the source, but we're only fragile in the physical, right? When we look at, when our higher self reviews the lifetimes, you know, it's a very strong ball of energy that is so precious, because the memories are what, you know, are collected for the source to compartmentalize and to make up what it is. And there's always new creation happening. There's always new beginnings, and there's always endings, right? So much to learn through the art of life, from birth to old age, right? We honor the elders because there are mistakes that they made that they can help us from making, right? Prevent us, or at least just share wisdom. And we've been doing this since the beginning of time, as a new age is born and manifested. And so, like, I would say that the work that I'm doing in this lifetime, you know, my higher self is more connected to this fragment of me, because I'm connecting to it. Well, the higher self's connected to all lifetimes and all fragments of itself, but the one that you are tapped into, the higher self, the most, right? And you were actually building the relationship. The higher self really appreciates that lifetime, right? They're like, I remember that fractal of me, and I really appreciated every moment in that experience. But yeah, I know I'm getting so off beyond the, like, you know, this information is for who it's for. So, yeah, just know that relationships come and go, start and end for a reason. And if you're in a miserable or unhappy relationship, it may be because you're holding on to some codependency that is not in alignment to your higher purpose. And, you know, it's no wrong in the universe. You just have to come back and do it over again until you get it right. Oh, but anyways, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comments below.